Hi guys, Darth Deuce is here. Another action figure review. Bit of a different figure review. It's another McFarlane Toys figure review. From time to time, I pick up some McFarlane Toys figures. They do some figures of some franchises I like. Destiny, used to be Halo. And they've recently started making Call of Duty figures. I haven't played Call of Duty in a while. I'm not going to say it's my favorite game franchise ever. But they did make one figure I was interested in. It is this one here, which is the Lieutenant Simon Riley Ghost. Ghost is probably one of my favorite characters from the series. He's from Modern Warfare 2. And just in general, the figure itself has a pretty cool design that would probably be good for some of my toy photography and whatnot, as just a generic sort of like commando soldier or something. So I figured might as well pick it up and see how the line is. But this is McFarlane, so anyways, here he is in the packaging. It's really unremarkable packaging. You have the figure clearly displayed. You got like this white just card back. It's just a card back. And then you've got like Call of Duty, which isn't even a part of the actual cardboard, I don't think. Like Activision, you got Ghost, an image of Ghost there. It does come with some code for some sort of Black Ops 4 bonus in-game content. No idea if I'm actually going to ever pick up that game. Then on the back here, you just get all the other figures. You have Ruin, Ghost, Seraph, and Soap. I saw the Soap figure in stores, and I did not like the look of it at all. There is a variant of him that's all bloody. There's also a variant of Ghost. There's an Arctic version of Ghost, but it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, and I'll tell you why. And then you also get, I think it's an Arctic version of Ruin as well, so yeah, kind of cool. But anyways, let's see for the packaging, so I'm going to crack them open and we'll take a closer look. Alright, I've got Ghost out of the packaging, and it's actually a pretty cool figure. Does some things right, and it actually surprised me. I like it more than I thought I was going to like it. I thought I was going to be disappointed. Not entirely disappointed. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. There's still a bit much to be desired. McFarlane Toys has slowly been redeeming, well, maybe not redeeming themselves, but has slowly been, getting to the point where they're actually making decent action figures instead of like posable statues. This guy has enough articulation to be an action figure, 100%. He's not a posable statue. You can get some decent posing out of this guy. It's still not perfect, and there's some other things that aren't perfect, but we'll get into that shortly. One thing I can say about this figure, and like I can say with probably most McFarlane Toys figures, in the sculpt and paint is fantastic. And one thing I love is the head sculpt, but one thing I gotta ask is why the hell did they think it was a good idea to produce a Ghost figure in the wetsuit's diving gear? It's just such an odd choice for an outfit. I would have much preferred his normal military special forces outfit. I mean, the whole black suit does look cool, but like this is a life jacket. I mean, these are tube things you use in the water, I'm assuming. Like, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. It really limits, I guess, what you can do with this figure, I suppose, in terms of displays and whatnot. It's just really weird choice of outfit for Ghost. I'm not a huge fan of that. But to be fair, what they did do was really well done, and one of the most beautiful things on this figure is the head sculpt. He's wearing the balaclava, I think that's what that's called, and man, if you weren't touching it, you could actually almost think this is real fabric. The way it's sculpted, it looks so good, I gotta say. And they even put a little bit of brown dry brushing on there to kind of give it a bit of a weathered look. It looks super good. I also really love the red shades. They add like a black to the top and it fades to the red, and I think that looks badass. And the headset he's wearing looks pretty good too. He's got the thing here, the mouthpiece, which is of a more pliable material, so it shouldn't snap too much. And the paint used for the whole, I guess, ghost or skull sort of mouth part looks pretty cool as well. And then you've got, the life jacket, but it still looks pretty good. This figure's mostly black. But it looks pretty good regardless. You got these tube things, no idea what they are, but you got those. And the pouches are in a darker green, which is cool, and you got the black straps. And these black buckles are of a glossier black to separate them from the straps in the wetsuit, which is pretty cool. He does a faded British Union Jack on his right arm there, which is really cool. And Not sure exactly what this is, but you've got some pretty clean looking lettering there. I can't make out the white text. I can't really make out any of the text, but it looks really good. And you also got a watch there, looking pretty clean. His legs are pretty plain. He does have some pouches on the side here. And then he does have these boots, which are almost a navy, dark navy blue or something. So, you know, he got some black wash going on as well. Got one peg hole at the right foot. And overall, it looks good. I just am questioning the choice of doing the wetsuit look when they could have done probably the more generic, less specific, normal military look. But it still looks pretty cool. Can't complain too much. In terms of articulation, like I said, he's not too bad. He has a ball joint in the head, which you can actually look up a decent amount. You can look up, you can look down a lot, you can pivot a lot, and you can rotate. And the head joint feels really good to manipulate, so that's really good. Ball in the shoulder can move just out like that. It can rotate. This one was a little tight, getting down all the way, kind of clicks, so it's a little weird. I just had those ratchety sort of elbow joints. I would be careful manipulating these joints. You don't want to break them. These fucking McFarlane figures are notorious for that. Unfortunately, the elbows only go 90 degrees, which is a bit unfortunate. You also have a rotation at the wrist as well as a hinge in and out, which hinges really far out and really far in, and my hand just fell off. And the peg's really small, so I would be careful with this joint. There we go. I thought he wasn't going to have any waist or torso articulation because it is so well hidden, but he actually has a diaphragm joint. Not a whole lot of up motion, not a whole lot of down motion, but he does have rotation there. Was not expecting that, so I guess props to McFarlane for surprising me there. He also does have those kind of weird T-joints, I guess. This figure almost didn't look like he didn't have kicking motion, forward motion, but he does have it. Doesn't go all the way forward, but it's good to at least have it. Move the arms out of the way. You can get the splits going on pretty good. You do kind of have that ugly sort of cut though, which is a bit unfortunate. You do have hinges at the knees. They go 90 degrees. Not too bad. They rotate there. And you do have a ball joint, I think, at the ankle. It can go up just a bit, down a bit, and you do get a bit of pivot. So he does have, you know, enough articulation to be considered an action figure. He is still kind of lacking in terms of, I guess, the bear, I guess, the standard. I kind of hold the standard at the Marvel Legends Bucky Cap mold. He's not quite there yet, but this is better articulation than some figures we've seen from McFarlane in the past few years, so not too bad. Another spot where this figure comes up short is accessories. He only comes with, well, really only one accessory, not counting the stand, which really sucks. This is a soldier from Call of Duty. Pretty sure he has more than one gun. And I'm pretty sure I've seen in reference pictures that he actually has while he's wearing his uniform, has a holster and a sidearm, and they didn't give it to this figure. They should have at least given this figure more accessories, which I'll talk about again in a second, but you do get a stand, which I'm pretty sure is the same stand that all these Call of Duty figures come with. It's kind of nice. It's sort of a glossier black. You got a nice clean Call of Duty on the side there, so that is kind of cool. I like that. And then the only accessory you get is you do get the assault rifle. I think it's like an M4. And it's pretty nicely sculpted, nicely painted. You got black, and you got some of this dark green, and you got a bit of white on the clip. I don't really know why the clip is white, but it is. So that's pretty cool. He can hold it. He has a trigger finger on his right hand, so you can slot that in there, get the trigger there, and he does hold it well in one hand. It's tight, and you can get him holding it in two hands, but you cannot get him doing a full aiming down the sights pose. You can get him holding it in a shooting sort of pose, but you're not getting them aiming down the sights. It's just with these tube things and the elbow articulation is just not happening. This is as much as aiming as you're going to get, unfortunately, but it's not too bad. It's livable, I guess. I can live with it. But then, yeah, he should have came with like more weapons, I think. Should have came with the handgun and the holster on the side. It would have helped to beef out and make the legs a bit more interesting. I think he should have came with a combat knife as well. And even just some extra like guns, like a sniper rifle and a submachine gun would be much appreciated for the price tag of this figure. It's Canada here, it's a $30 figure. same price as like a Marvel Legends and or a Black Series figure, and I feel like they just could have included more accessories, even though the sculpting and painting is probably beyond that of, well, Black Series or Marvel Legends. But anyways, pick this guy up at EB Games, so I think you should be able to find them at your EB Games or GameStop soon enough if you're looking to pick these guys up. I am reluctant to recommend it at full retail price. I think if you're a big Call of Duty fan and definitely a fan of with any of the characters, but this character in specific, I think this one's the best figure that they have. I'm not going to pick up the other figures, haven't picked up the figures, only just saw them in person. I think this figure is the best figure of the wave, and I think if you're a fan of Ghost, fan of the series, a big fan of the series, I'd probably pick it up. But if you're not, but you just wouldn't mind having it, I'd wait till it goes on sale. It'll probably happen soon enough. Anyways, that is it for the review. Overall, I like it. It's just not quite worth the price, I don't think. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.